Hi friends, it's a new year. Honestly, it's only January, but I already feel like I'm behind somehow. And today, I'm going to give myself a sense of productivity with some unnecessary but whimsical and joy-sparking crafting. Specifically, I'm going to be doing 3 different thrift flips to refresh both my wardrobe and my home decor for 2025. 1, upcycling a shirt with a personalized patch. 2, painting a thrifted frame with a new design. And 3, making some very mystical, magical little pin brooches. I'm honestly equally excited about all of these. I can't wait to get started. So I hope you're ready to get cozy and come along with me on this creative journey. I have actually already done some planning to accomplish these projects, and to do that I used my favorite creative planning tool, Milanote, who is sponsoring this video and is also free to try with no time limit, by the way. If you watch my videos, especially the DIY ones, you have already heard my great appreciation for Milanote, how I used it well before ever working with them, and how I regularly use it for my own projects outside of sponsored videos as well, because it's just a great creative planning tool. It's basically a free-form online canvas where you can brainstorm, plan, and organize ideas. For this week's crafting, the first thing I did was actually just look through all the DIY inspo I had saved on Pinterest and just drag and drop the photos of the projects I was interested in doing into this board. From there, I picked the top 3 that I was most excited by to focus on this week, but I was able to save all the other ones in this subboard if I ever want to come back to this other inspo. Back in the main board, it was time to start planning for the 3 projects I had decided on. So for each idea, I just put together a little collection of inspiration photos, a checklist of the steps I would need to take, a list of supplies I would need to use, and even some simple concept sketches I was able to draw right here in Milanote. I also uploaded some of my own photos with swatches of fabrics from my fabric stash so I could see what my options were for patch making, which is something I love doing for sewing projects where I'm working with many different fabrics. The fact that I can collect and organize so many different aspects of project planning in one place, notes, checklists, photos, drawings, links, videos, and more, and visually organize them exactly how I want is really what I appreciate most about Milanote. It just makes everything so intuitive and easy to conceptualize and easy to keep track of, and I've never really found another planning program that lets you incorporate so many different elements so fluidly. This is why I have used it for so many different forms of planning, from DIY projects and other videos, to fashion mood boards, to planning a road trip vacation last year. You can also share your board with collaborators to get feedback or edits, so it's great for group planning or working with a team. And again, Milanote is available for free with no time limit, so if it sounds useful to you, I highly recommend signing up for a free Milanote account using the link below. Now let's get to DIYing. Okay, for our first project, we are going to upcycle a button-up with a cutie little monogrammed patch. Isn't this just so adorable? The colors, the placement, everything about it. I mean, normally I would take a little more creative liberty with my version, but in this case, I'm like, why mess with something that's already perfect? The Pinterest post of this photo linked to Eva Joan Repair on Instagram, by the way, so 100% credit to this person or this studio for creating this beautiful piece. I am making a few changes for my version. Obviously, I won't have the exact same shirt or fabric, although I do really love this color scheme, so I will probably try to do something similar. I am going to do my own initial, obviously, and for the shape, instead of a heart, I think I'm going to do a diamond. I don't know why, that's just what's speaking to me here. It feels like kind of sleek, but also kind of gestury, which I'm into. I also really love all the button-ups I have as they are, so I decided to go thrift a new one for this project, and I also thrifted another item to upcycle along the way. Roll the tape. I'm at the thrift store. I'm ready to hunt for DIY supplies. Let's do it. Who is she? We got the goods. While I was inside, it has started sleeting, and you can see it in my hair. Is this sleet, hail? I'm not sure. Either way, thankfully, I found what I needed, and I am so ready to go be cozy at home and craft. Oh, hi, it's me again. While you were watching past Liz find that shirt, I was looking through my scrap fabric stash to find the perfect fabric for my patch, and I think I have settled on this one. This is the sad shell of an old scrunchie I dismantled to create a new scrunchie, but I'm just using this part. You know what's funny? You all know me as beepworld, or as Liz, of course. Virtually everyone in my life calls me Liz. But weirdly, when I think of my initials, I'm like, L? LD? Who's that? That is not me. I'm ED, E for Elizabeth. My family does still call me Elizabeth, my parents especially. When I was little, they called me E as like a nickname. I think I have an attachment to the letter E for that reason. So for my patch, I'm gonna do a letter E, even if other people don't really recognize E as my initial. Folding up my fabric like this is my even diamond cutting strategy, and I don't know if it's gonna work, but we'll find out. Okay, pretty good. Anyway, the name thing is really specific, but if any of you have nicknames that start with a different letter than your actual name, I would love to hear which letter you think of as your actual first initial. Please tell me in the comments. In regards to what I'm doing here, I'm just ironing down a little hem along each side of the diamond so that when I sew it down, there won't be raw edges exposed. All right, we've got our little diamond. Now it's time to just stitch a letter E on there, which I've never actually done with a sewing machine before, but I think I can do it, and hopefully all will go smoothly. We'll see. What's going on? No. Bro, I don't understand what the hell is going on. Well, in a twist absolutely everyone saw coming, it did not go smoothly. I have been trying this for hours, and I have not been able to get further than this. Every time I try, something goes wrong, and I just simply need to try something else, or I'm gonna have a meltdown because I'm feeling very discouraged. So it's okay. We can try something else. Liz, don't lose it. I think what I'm gonna try to do is just hand embroidery, which I was trying to avoid because I thought it would take too long, and yet now here we are. Hopefully that'll be nice and calm and cozy instead of what this has been. Wow, incredible, shocking, and kind of upsetting how quickly I did this. I wasted so much time, but look how cute it is. And you know what? I actually really like the outline. I'm not gonna fill it in. I'm just gonna leave it like this. And now all we have to do is attach the patch to the shirt. Good morning, everyone. It's the next day, and it is time for our next craft, which is painting this frame. I thrifted the other day. I did already sand and prime it yesterday, so it would be all ready for today. And I also put together a little design concept, but I'm not going to show it to you because I want it to be a surprise. So let's just get to it. I'm so glad I don't have to use my sewing machine for this because my sewing machine was stressing me out yesterday. So this is a nice calm introduction to the day with some painting, a tool that I am a little more comfortable with. I say I'm more comfortable with painting, by the way, because, maybe if you watch my channel you know this, but I have been an artist far longer than I have been a YouTuber. I'm definitely a lifelong lover of both art and fashion. They really go hand in hand to me. Fashion is an art, but I also love integrating more traditional art projects and materials into my videos when I get the chance.
And on this topic, I think home decor also goes hand in hand with both art and fashion, especially fashion in a way because they're both aesthetic expressions of yourself, but also have to intersect with practicality and functionality and comfort and accessibility. Fun fact, when I was a kid, I wanted to grow up to be a fashion designer, an artist, and an interior designer. And obviously none of those is my job title, but in a way, I get to do something related to all of them with this channel, and I think Kid Me would be so stoked to hear that this can even be a job in 2025, and I have it. I also wanted to be a scientist and do psychology research, which, is a little less related to what I do now, but honestly, I use that psychology degree every time I talk about fashion trends, so I'll take it.
Hello again, everyone. The lighting is worse, and I'm looking more disheveled than I was earlier, and that's how you know time has passed. It's later in the day, and it is time to start our last craft. I'm very excited, although after my sewing machine troubles, I'm also a little nervous, but I think it'll be fine. These little tiny badges are even small enough that I could sew them by hand if I need to. My first step here really is just to look through my bag of tiny scrap fabrics. Why have I been holding on to such small scraps that can't really be used for anything of substance, one might ask? And I did not have the answer until now. But now, I'm thrilled to have these to use them on something so cute and whimsical and magical. Can you tell I've been admiring these little badges on Pinterest for months? I'm so excited to make some. I'm just gonna look through here, pick out some fabrics. We have a wealth to choose from, even more than I swatched on my little planning board. I really want them to go on this bag, so I'm gonna try to pick things out that kind of go with this. I'm gonna listen to a podcast while I do it. Today's podcast is You're Wrong About, one of my favorites. Yeah, let's get to it.
Okay, I did a terrible job showing what I actually did here, sorry about that, but basically I just cut out little pieces in the shapes I wanted the badges to be, with room to fold over the safety pin and also fold the raw edges inside if I wanted them hidden, and then I just sewed the edges down together with the fabric already on the safety pin. You definitely do not need a sewing machine for this either, as you'll see later.
Okay, the bad news is the sewing machine is not really able to handle this right now. I don't know what's going on, but she's setting a boundary and I respect that. The good news is this is tiny and I can do it by hand. So we're gonna pivot and do that.
Ultimately, I really didn't mind doing these by hand because they're so small, it was extremely quick and easy. And what I love about these is that, to me, they're meant to look sort of rustic and homemade, so the hand-stitched look blends right in. Honestly, it adds to the charm even more, it just makes sense for the craft. Truly, if you're just looking for a use for random miscellaneous craft supplies like fabric scraps and ribbons and stray buttons and leftover charms, this is the perfect craft for you. I personally used tiny scraps of 3 different fabrics, plus this button that I can't remember the source of, and a couple of my many leftover charms from the charm necklace I made last spring in another video. I think using ribbons on something like this would also be really cool. Using beading would be really cool. I would love to make more of these in the future and just use up all sorts of different miscellaneous craft supplies to make something unique.
All right, y'all. After much trial and tribulation, but also a lot of fun and creativity, I have finished all my thrift flips. And I will say, despite my struggles in getting them together, I am quite pleased with all of them. So let me show you the final reveals.
First up, our button down customized with the initial monogram patch. As much trouble as this gave me, I actually love it so much. I knew it would be so fun to make, but after finishing it and trying it on, I have so many styling ideas for it too. I love that it's like funky and custom and unique, but the base is still something so classic I already wear all the time, so I know I'll get wear out of this. Side note, I was thinking I might want to crop the sleeves just because I have a lot more long sleeve button downs than short sleeve ones, so we'll see about that come warmer weather. Let me know what you think, but I will also be so happy to wear it this way. Next, our beat up wood frame turned painted work of art, which I decided to keep the train picture in for now because, I don't know, it's kind of cute, it kind of goes. That said, if you have any visions of what would look good in here, let me know. Anyway, this was so fun to make and I am so in love with it. I think it's so cute, and honestly now I want to make so many more of these with different designs. All the frames on my walls better watch out because who knows what's coming for them. Genuinely though, let me know if you'd like to see this again with a new design in another DIY video because I would love to do it again. Finally, our scrap fabric turned little bag pin brooches. Honestly, it is hard for me to even express how delighted I am by this. I feel like my vision, particularly for this bag, totally came to life pretty much exactly how I pictured. And do these not just take this bag to like a whole nother whimsical medieval fantasy level? I don't know why this badge shape gives me medieval vibes, but regardless, I love it so much. The eclectic mix of fabrics, the shine of the little charm and button details, everything is just perfection. Also, while I was looking through my beads and charms and stuff, I found this random angel charm I've never known what to do with, and then I realized it was the perfect size to tie onto this strap, so that's just another gorgeous detail that came out of this crafting experience.
Thank you so much for joining me on this cozy crafting journey. I hope my stress while working was not too stressful for you. And overall, I hope this video just felt whimsical and creative and inspiring and fun. If you end up making something inspired by any of the projects in this video or any of my DIY videos, I would absolutely love to see it. So please share a picture and tag me on Instagram if you want. I really love seeing pictures of your projects. Let me know your favorite project in the comments. And I heard if you do leave a comment, watch another video, and subscribe, your sewing machine will never bail on you when you need it. It will simply work as expected. Doesn't that sound nice? Okay, bye!